Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official UWE On Stranger Tides talk show panel. This is Jack Thomas signing in here live. Unfortunately, J Joker Designs could not make it here tonight. However, we will have our co-UWE General Manager, Dirty DeChico, here in just a few short moments. And we're going to be talking about the live UWE Spectacular that is going to be streamed this Thursday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Time. If it's in the United Kingdom or somewhere in Europe, it's going to probably be around 1 o'clock in the morning. And like I said, if it's on the Eastern Seaboard, just wait till the morning. It's going to be all right. You're not going to miss really anything much. But now what makes On Stranger Tides, as I'm waiting here before, because right now I'm sure there's only a couple of people in the comments, as well as, people are tuning in right now. And I'm sure people are just getting the link. This wasn't really the best promoted event because it was just impromptu and it was just decided today. A lot of things have been kind of going around. There's been a lot of things that are taking place in the backyard wrestling community, especially with Best in the Yard 4 right around the corner. Usually we upload videos on a bi-weekly basis. So if you're wondering why shows are getting uploaded a little bit late or a little bit early, we're trying to really kind of fit it in together with Best in the Yard. Also, we got to give credit to VTW. I believe that they were actually going to stream VTW Mania this Thursday night, but they've given us the privilege to stream On Stranger Tides on that Thursday night. So make sure you check out VTW Mania this Friday night. But I'm getting some messages here in the chat. My phone's somewhere else. I can't really find it right now. But if there is any questions, any predictions, any thoughts, comments, concerns, make sure you put it in the live chat here on the YouTube channel for UWEHD. And I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to be going over the match card that we're going to be seeing this Thursday night at On Stranger Tides, including Everett Creed versus TJ Sakara for the Underground Championship, as well as the main event, Rick Rios defending his UWE World's Heavyweight Championship against the King of the Mountain, Navon McDonald. And, of course, the quest for the chest, which involves the Pizza Man, the Black Bullet, Ustalo, the Disease, Jason Atlas, Adnan, and the Freak Show Lips. So we're still waiting right now for the gunslinger himself, Dirty DeChico. He's going to be with us in a few short moments, and then we're going to go over the for this event. Actually, as a matter of fact, that message was from Dirty DeChico. He's saying that he's going to be here in just a hang on, let me just read the comment here. 1 second, technical difficulty. So, Dirty DeChico will be here in a few short moments. Right now we got 2 people watching right now. So, we're going to be keeping this, talk show going until 8 o'clock, which is when SmackDown Live starts. So anyone that's wondering or worried that this event is not going to be, that this is going to override in the hour and that, you're going to have to decide whether you watch this or SmackDown Live, do not worry. The show will end at 7:59 one way or another. So with that being said, if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to post this link one more time in several of chat rooms and things like that. Like I said, unfortunately, J Joker's Designs could not make it here tonight. All right, so I'm going to put in. What's up? I'm busy right now. I'm live streaming. You're live on camera. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see that, that was Minister Sherwood. So, a little cameo appearance there. I'm going to lock the door, actually, now so that we don't get any other interferences. But nevertheless, all right. All righty. In the meantime, I think, I think this will be a good time to enjoy the official soundtrack of On Stranger Tides, the official theme song of On Stranger Tides, which is Come With Me Now by Congos. So enjoy. And in the meantime, we're going to wait for... Oh, wait no more.
All right. I figured it out.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man that will be facing Jamal Payne for the VTW World Heavyweight Championship this Friday night at VTW Mania, co-UWE General Manager, former UWE World Heavyweight Champion, the Gunslinger, Dirty DeChico.
You mean the man who will be winning the VTW World Heavyweight Champion from Jamal Payne?
I hope you do. I mean, I'd love to, be able to welcome you to UWE Lockdown as not only the co-GM, but the VTW champion as well. So best of luck to you this Friday night.
Jack, sometimes it's hard being as good at what you do.
Yeah, well, we definitely got to, talk a lot more, once this event is over. But I do want to ask one quick question before we get to On Stranger Tides, as we're still kind of gaining in the views. Sure. What are your thoughts about Jamal Payne's announcement earlier today saying that he's not going to have an opponent at Best in the Yard, but that he's actually going to be hosting the event?
Personally, maybe Jamal's worried about even being able to compete there. I mean, the embarrassment alone from handing the title to me on a silver platter at VTW Mania is probably going to be too much for him. So maybe he doesn't want to take on an opponent, considering what he's going up against, in the coming week. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's all I have to say about that. He's not booked at Best in the Yard is because he's the one worried to take a match.
That's one way to put it. Strong words there from co-general manager. But we got our first question from an FDN. What are the matches to the pay-per-view again? So pretty much we're going to give you the coverage of every single match that is going to happen here at On Stranger Tides. But in short, we're going to be seeing Everett Creed versus TJ Sakara for the Underground Championship, which is a match actually you made. That happened in the office last time we saw you guys on Lockdown. We're also seeing the Quest for the Chest, where you must climb the ladder to retrieve the key. Then you must dig up the treasure chest from beneath the surface and then open up and you get a contract inside that states that you can compete for any UW championship anytime, any place for up to 1 year. And last but not least, the world's heavyweight title will be defended. Rick Rios, the champion, Navon McDonald, the challenger. So, Dirty DeChico, I got to ask, what makes On Stranger Tides a different event from any other in UWE?
Well, first and foremost, UWE's never done anything like this. There's never been any sort of contract that is your gateway to any championship in UWE, period. Anytime, anywhere. We've never done an event like this. I mean, ladder matches as they go are actually very rare in UWE. And now there's a whole extra dimension to the ladder match that's been added. I think it's a game changer, honestly.
Absolutely. The last time that we've seen a ladder match in UWE was at Ultimate Redemption, if I'm correct, where Ustalo became the Underground champion. And the time before that was over a year before, which was when TJ Sakara defeated Anonymous for the World's Heavyweight title at Abomination.
Yeah, and I believe the time before that was probably Rick Rios versus Cameron Jackson.
You could be. I think you're absolutely right, and that's just one match. One ladder match a year. Now, obviously, I think that the idea of the treasure chest is very fitting for On Stranger Tides since it's a swashbuckler themed show. But I got to ask you, how did you come up with this concept? What are your thoughts about the concept that you created, the quest for the chest?
I couldn't have done it on my own. Obviously, there's a big team here that works very hard to make the UWE product unique and different. And I think there were a lot of different ideas that we took into account. We thought, how can we do this the best way possible, where people need to see it? And I think adding the whole second dimension of this match is what makes it so damn special.
I got to agree. As a matter of fact, we're going to do things a little different this time. We had a set order, but right now, since we're talking so much about it, we're actually going to cover the first match we're going to cover is indeed the quest for the chest. And you picked a very good select superstars here to compete, but one you did not select who actually earned his opportunity to become a member of this match was the Pizza Man after defeating Everett Creed. Dirty, what was your thoughts on how the Pizza Man was able to, I guess in ways, qualify for this quest for the chest?
the Pizza Man, first and foremost, I'm just going to put it out there. The Pizza Man has been TJ Sakara's best decision as the co-general manager, as my co-general manager. The Pizza Man on a contract is, like, he's a superstar in the making. And to beat Everett Creed, a former World Heavyweight Championship, in classic style, I mean, this guy, he's got a lot of potential. And if he wins the chest, I mean, he could be the next World Heavyweight Champion.
I mean, this guy was at first and still is the official sponsor of, UWE with Underground Pizza, but he's gotten such a following. And then after that miraculous victory, whether TJ placed Jason Walker's mask up on the rope, fast count, whatever it may be, the Pizza Man defeated Everett Creed. And rightfully so, in my eyes, has earned a spot in this match. But it's not going to be easy for the Pizza Man because he's got a list of the very best that UWE has to offer. What made you decide amongst these other 5 competitors?
When it came down to choosing these 5, it's who are the guys right now in the hunt for gold. They're not standing around. They're not pursuing personal problems. Who's looking dead ahead at putting a title around their waist? And, I mean, out of the other 5 gentlemen, I think you have 2 former, 3, 4. You have 4 former champions. All 5 of these men are former champions, whether it's regional or underground title.
Yeah, absolutely. You look back at the regional, you have every man other than the Pizza Man has held the regional or the underground championship. The Black Bullet was a regional champion. Lips was a regional champion. Ustalo was an underground champion. So was the
first underground champion.
Yeah. And
the Black
first
Bullet
underground
and
champion
could both easily be argued as the most prolific regional champions.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lips as well. And, and Adnan was actually, I still go back to Ultimate Redemption when Adnan fought Lips, Insanity, and Diablo. I mean, that was one of the greatest matches that I've seen in this very yard. But now I got to ask, because there's a lot of situations a lot of personal issues that are going on with all 6 of these superstars. Let's start with the Black Bullet. I mean, this was a wild card from the very start. We have not seen the Black Bullet compete in UWE for a very long time. So what was your thoughts on placing the Black Bullet in this match?
The Black Bullet as an entry into this match speaks for itself. I mean, the man is a former champion, and some could argue he still would have been champion if you didn't put 5 other men in the way of him.
Yeah.
I mean, the Black Bullet is a capable performer, and despite what happened in his last title match, he still has the ability to go back and reclaim this championship.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, Dirty, I did some homework too, and I remember going back to Lockdown 50. The Black Bullet actually earned a shot at the UW World Heavyweight Championship against you, but there was situations that got in the way. And I guess this is the Black Bullet's second opportunity for that.
Well, I mean, I can't say I'm sad he missed out on that opportunity, considering the man arrested me on Friday Night Lights 2 years ago. So,
yeah, that's a good point.
The truth is, all of these men have held gold at one point or another, and whether their goal is to claim the Underground Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship, all 5 of them are actively working to do so again, which is
absolutely
why they're in this match, fighting for a contract to do so at the time and place of their choosing.
I couldn't agree more. Guys, now make sure that you put your predictions in the comment section live here for the On Stranger Tides talk show panel. If you want to talk about On Stranger Tides on any sort of social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, use the hashtag On Stranger Tides. Let's talk about Adnan because, this is the biggest man in the match, and he has just been released from the Stark Supremacy. He's on his own, and it seems that he's still as dominant as he was before, getting a huge victory off of the returning Black Bullet. What are your thoughts as far as Adnan going into this quest for the chest?
He's always been a force to be reckoned with. I mean, we lost track of him for a time. Between the second and midway through the third season, he kind of faded to the background. But as soon as he came back, he's right back into the thick of it, proving he hasn't lost a step. If anything, he's gained a step. We're seeing newer and more exciting things from Adnan than we've ever seen before. And I think the loss of the Stark supremacy is absolutely going to affect his ability to get away with some of the things he's gotten away with in the past. But I don't think it's going to diminish his ability to outmaneuver and overpower enemies.
Yeah, I agree. Now, we talked about how Adnan is no longer a member of the Stark Supremacy. Let's talk about a man who has just joined the Stark Supremacy in the disease of Jason Atlas. At Dead Man's Hand, before the match even ended, he betrayed Ustalo with a cauterizer, and throughout the past couple of weeks has been torturing Revan and Stark Labs Psych Institute, and now the disease is a part of this quest for the chest. So, I mean, what are your thoughts about Jason Atlas, a man that once revolted time after time against Evercreed, is now a member of him and Angelique Stark's respective faction?
Jason Atlas's fall from grace, so to speak, has got to be one of the saddest tracks I've had to follow since the start of this season. I mean, deep down, he really is a good guy who's just caught a bad break. And whatever this disease is doing to him, whatever it's bringing out in him, it's forcing him down a path working with people who we know to not be people who have caught bad breaks, but who actively pursue poor morals. And I don't know what's going to come out of it.
Yeah. And now I remember at Endgame, you were, there's just something about, because Angelique Stark is the official, chief of medical staff and, ruled you out of in-ring competition for now. Hopefully, that'll change in time.
We'll see what happens.
But, who really has to be going through a lot of hardship with this is Ustalo, because, now instead of the balance of chaos having an advantage in this matchup, Jason Atlas is completely against Ustalo. The disease is completely after Ustalo, and he's all on his own. He lost his best friend. Thank God that he was able to rescue Revan from Stark Labs, but there's still got to be some inner conflict here between Ustalo and Atlas, as it is balance of chaos versus Stark supremacy.
Well, the other thing is we don't even really know how capable Revan is of getting back in the ring as of yet. I mean, the man was tortured. The video files that have been leaked from the Stark Asylum are gruesome and horrifying to watch, and you don't know what effect that's going to have on Revan's psyche. I mean, he's on Twitter barking right now, but maybe that's just him trying to prove he's still got it. But after what he went through, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Revan for a little bit. I mean, Ustalo truly is standing on his own, even with Revan outside of the asylum. And to be standing on your own face-to-face with a former brother who's in the way of what you hope to attain, that's a tough pill to swallow. I mean, we're going to have to see what happens with that one.
Absolutely. And I think the individual that must be going through the most out of these 6 individuals has to be Lips. I mean, it was just revealed by Rick Rios that Lips is suffering from a terminally ill disease caused by the pesticides from the ground when he was buried alive by Novin. Dirty, what are your thoughts concerning what has been going on with Lips?
To be honest, Jack, I'm speechless. I mean, Lips is sick, and he could be only getting sicker as the days go by. I mean, even if he does win the chest, what is going to come of it?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like
his health could rapidly deteriorate any day.
Yeah, and I don't know what to expect. Like when that music hits, are we still going to see the same Lips, or are we going to see, like you said, is he going to begin to deteriorate? Are we going to start to see the symptoms a bit more rapid than we expected?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly believe this this buried alive match he had with Novin has affected him much deeper than we know so far. And only time will tell if Lips will be able to continue to compete at a high level.
Absolutely. Now, Dirty, I'm going to ask you real quick, who do you think, before we even get to the chest, who do you think is going to be the one that actually climbs that ladder and retrieves the key hanging above?
To climb the ladder and retrieve the key, that could be anyone. It's who actually gets that key in the chest. So, but when it all comes down to it, I think the mountain you have to climb right now is Adnan. I don't think any one of these men is capable of pound for pound beating him in a fight. And that's what this match is going to be. It's going to be a fight, a scratch, a claw for the chest. And I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the whistle. Only the strong survive matches like this.
So, so your prediction is that you believe Adnan will be the winner of this match?
Oh, absolutely.
That's an interesting pick. And the now, even though he's not here, J Joker Designs personally messaged me his pick to win the Quest for the Chest, and his pick was actually the disease of Jason Atlas because of how he has adapted and how he has evolved in the Stark Supremacy. That's going to give him motivation. The reason, Dirty, that I think it's very interesting that you picked Adnan is because Adnan is also my pick to win this match as well. You know, he's the biggest man in the match, and the thing is, other than Jason Atlas, all four of these men, well, I guess the Pizza Man lacks experience. The Black Bullets has ring rust. Lips is a dying man. Ustalo has lost his best friend in Atlas. And out of Atlas and Adnan, they're the two superstars the most on the rise, but Adnan's got the size, he's got the power, and I feel like on his own, he's really going to get the job done. I think he is an absolute threat.
I think the combination of strength and focus is something that almost no other competitor in this match has.
Absolutely. I mean, if we're talking 2015, 2016, yeah, I would probably give this one to Lips. But the thing is,
or even the Black Bullet, if we're talking 2015, 2016, the man was on a tear for years.
That's a good point. I mean, you got to think about that as well. But now that the times have changed, I do think Adnan is the favorite here tonight, here in this Quest for the Chest Thursday night. I definitely feel that is a great prediction, and
he's certainly the safe bet.
I couldn't agree more. Like I said, size advantage for Adnan. He's got that devastating heart punch. That move is one of the most devastating that backyard wrestling has to offer. I am so happy that I do not have to feel that heart punch, and I only have to call it.
Yeah, I'm staying far away from that for as long as I can.
Absolutely. The next match we're going to cover is actually a really interesting one because it's quite personal. It's been personal for about 10 years, and it's another chapter in this rivalry between the Self-Supremacy Everett Creed and TJ Sakara. And this is a matchup that you made, and I think you made it without Sakara's consent for the Underground title. Why did you go over TJ's head with this one?
I mean, let's be real. I was brought in to balance out my co-GM. I mean, we split this power 50-50. So TJ Sakara is more than capable of making decisions on me, and I'm more than capable of making decisions on him. And I'm not going to watch him turn down a capable competitor. I mean, Everett Creed is a former world heavyweight champion. Not that I really like the guy, or that anybody does for that matter. But, these two have gone toe-to-toe 100 times. I'm not worried about TJ's ability to defend the belt. I just want to see him do it in a fight and do it fairly, because if he starts taking advantage of the power, then what was the point of giving it to him anyway?
Yeah, no, I definitely understand what you're going with. I'm just going to get I got to get the match card back up. But, I know exactly what you mean. But this rivalry, it's been going on for a very long time. It's been going on for about 10 years, and it's finally coming unglued here at On Stranger Tides. But we also, like you see on the flags, you see the Stark Supremacy versus the Murder Club. And I said this on Lockdown. You get two sides to TJ. You get this the general manager side, which we all know and love, and then you get that Murder Club side that, you know, that no one seems to agree with or get along with, because that's Rick's right-hand man. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I have worked with the Murder Club on occasion outside of UWE myself, but it was not a group of people I ever wanted to see take a main stage in my own company. The Murder Club is known for causing havoc. It's known for disruption. It walks into places and it asserts authority where it doesn't necessarily own any. And the fact that TJ Sakara is sitting pretty in a general manager position as a member of the Murder Club, who's going to fly that flag in his home company, I feel he's going to use that to his advantage any which way he can.
Yeah. And think about this. Everett Creed was the one that helped the Murder Club obtain the NUW Tag Team Championships. And now it seems that alliance is certainly over, because now we're seeing the Stark Supremacy versus the Murder Club in this matchup here. And the thing is, here's the funny thing. Even though TJ is heavily despised for being a member of the Murder Club, he's definitely the favorite here against Everett Creed.
He is. I think that just goes as far as to show how deeply driven the distaste for Everett Creed is in the UWE fan base. I mean, the man has done everything in the book to disrupt what would otherwise be fair and normal competition in this company. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, the Murder Club, it's the lesser of two evils, and in this light, the UWE fan base is looking at it as, well, we'd rather take the devil we don't know than the devil we do.
Yeah, and the thing is with, you know, what are your thoughts about TJ Sakara week after week humiliating Everett Creed, you know, between the incident with the pizza man, kicking him out of his office, cutting off his 15 minutes. What are your thoughts on TJ abusing his powers as GM, but against a man that has abused his authoritative powers on Sakara?
I think in this instance, it's just a taste of his own medicine. It's about time. Hell, I've been enjoying it myself. It's
me too.
It's just let's give Creed the runaround for a little bit. You know, who knows if it'll continue? You know, we're gonna have to give the guy a fair shake sooner or later. But for now, we might as well give him a little taste of the hell he's put us all through for the last few years. And I'm glad it's going so well for TJ.
Yeah, that it certainly has, but it could come to an end here at On Stranger Tides this Thursday night, because TJ Sakara has never defeated Everett Creed in one-on-one competition. This is for the Underground title. So even though Creed cannot remove Sakara from office, he can take his championship. Dirty, who do you think is going to walk out as the Underground champion?
Who do I think will walk out? I think these two one-on-one, because all of their buddies are distracted for the night. I think these two one-on-one, TJ Sakara walks out champ.
You got Sakara beating Creed.
In a stand-up fair fight, Sakara walks out the champion.
That's a good prediction. You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you, because the thing is, Everett Creed is flying solo, and that's because Angelique Stark is overseeing the events with Jason Walker. But also, I feel Everett Creed's mind is so focused on Walker and Best in the Yard that he may not keep his eyes set for TJ Sakara. I'm not 100% sure. So
I don't even know if he has his eyes set on what's going on in his own business. I mean, we see some events unfold at Stark Labs on the previous lockdown, and
that's a good point.
I to even hear Everett Creed comment. Perhaps he's too focused on this match.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, he could be focused on. It's kind of like the situation that was going on with Ustalo, where he's getting pulled apart in different directions. Creed's got the incident with Revan escaping Stark Labs, Jason Walker, and now this. And not to mention, all the times he's been humiliated by Sakara. So this is the first time.
And having to stand on his own 2 feet across from TJ Sakara, he won't have enough in the tank to win this one.
And I do think that in the past occasions, Creed has had the upper hand mentally against TJ, which has allowed Creed to get the one up in the matchup. Where in this situation, I think it's the other way around. J Joker Designs, on the other hand, actually is disagreeing with us. He believes Everett Creed is actually going to be the one that walks out because of the focus that he has with TJ Sakara and even the motivation against Jason Walker. He wants an upper hand. He's going to be focused to beat TJ here tonight. Well,
Jay Joker's a big old Everett Creed mark, so.
Yeah, I try to tell him week after week, what the corruption of the Stark supremacy. He just doesn't want to take.
No, I see you, Jack. You're really looking out for the little guy around here.
I try to tell him. I'm trying to look out, because the thing is, I try to tell him how corrupt, the tactics are of Angelique Stark and Everett Creed, but he just doesn't seem to take it. Jake Hudson says, "Hey, what's going on?"
Jake.
Yep. So, this is honestly a very intense match, and it's going to culminate this Thursday night at On Stranger Tides. And we already talked about the quest for the chest earlier, so we got one more match to go. And it's the main event. It is for the UWE World's Heavyweight Championship, and that is going to be certainly a fight that I'm looking forward to seeing, because it's the first time we're going to see it here at UWE one-on-one. We're going to see Rick Rios go one-on-one with the King of the Mountain, Navon McDonald. So, what are your thoughts of this match here?
Wow. This match right here, there's a lot of personal feelings about this match right here. So I'm gonna try my best to keep professional.
Yeah, that's a good. All right, yeah.
I think the plain, blatant disrespect that has been lathered all over Navon McDonald's good name by Rick Rios and TJ Sakara is hideous. It is just hard to watch. And Navon McDonald is an upstanding guy. I mean, the King of the Mountain, he's a real warrior, and you've seen this guy go toe-to-toe with the best time after time. And although he's still kind of breaking through into UWE, he's always been a solid competitor across the wrestling industry. And I think Navon McDonald is really going to take the fight to him in this one. It's a tough call.
Yeah, it definitely is a tough decision to make, and this is honestly the hardest match that I have to predict here. J Joker Designs is picking Rick Rios to walk out as the World's Heavyweight Champion because of the fact that Rick Rios has toppled through Cameron Jackson, toppled through Big Time Mike. With all due respect, he says he's toppled through you as well. Toppled through Lips.
Okay.
And, that's Jay, so I think that's another reason why J Joker Designs is taking his vacation time tonight.
Well, he must be blind because obviously he's not looking at the same thing I am, but that's all right.
Well, I gotta, I still am not 100% sure on this one because you got the agility of Rick Rios, you got the intensity of Navon McDonald, but I don't know. I predicted that Litz was going to be the new world champion, and I predicted wrong. A big part of me wants to predict Navon McDonald to walk out as the new UWE World's Heavyweight Champion, but when it comes to the bell-to-bell equation, Rick Rios is focused, and he's determined, and the thing is, I don't think he's going to take Navon McDonald lightly when that very moment happens. When the bell rings, he's going to be as focused as he's ever been before. So for that matter, I do have to give this one to Rick Rios because I think Navon McDonald is heavily focused on, situations that are taking place in NUW. And I think he's also realizing as lightly as Rick Rios is taking the challenger, I think Navon is underestimating the champion. And
no, you know what? Rick Rios is going to be made a fool at On Stranger Tides by Navon McDonald. Navon McDonald has gone toe-to-toe with just as many names and legends as Rick Rios has in this industry. So don't discount Yvonne McDonald, because not only is he going to be the king of the mountain at On Stranger Tides, but he's going to be the king of the island too when he pulls that belt from Rick Rios' hands after a 3 count.
Oh God, I honestly would love for that to happen. I really hope I'm wrong, and I really hope you're right.
Well, that's the pick from my mouth to your ears.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been decided. It's been predicted. Will we see Rick Rios walk out as the world's heavyweight champion, or will we see the first ever NUW superstar as the UWE world's heavyweight champion? It is going to be Yvonne McDonald versus Rick Rios for the hashtag UWE WHC at On Stranger Tides. Dirty, I want to thank you very much for joining me here. This one went pretty quickly. I think it's because J Joker Designs doesn't, get his opportunity to ramble on and on for about 10 minutes long. So, but to be quite honest,
it was a pleasure being invited. I'm glad I got to share the pre-show screen with you. I've got, this matchup with Jamal Payne I have to prepare for, and all this paperwork I got to do for the UWE. So it really was. It really was just very, very, very gracious and humble opportunity to be here with you guys tonight. So I thank you for that.
All right. And Dirty, one last question before I let you go. Do you have any actually two more questions. Question number 1, what is your advice to the 6 competitors for the quest for the chest?
Give it everything you've got. Because if you walk in just a little bit less determined than the other 5 guys, guess what? You're not walking out with the chest.
That's a good point. And last but not least, do you have any thoughts, any comments? More importantly, I think, do you have anything to say to your best in the yard opponent, Caleb Cross?
Who's Caleb Cross?
Caleb Cross is he is a DBW superstar, and he is also a Proving Ground superstar and UW superstar. He's appeared on VTW under the previous name of Striker, and he's
now I know who you're talking about. Oh, that guy, Striker. Yeah, he called me a douchebag in his last video. That's all right. I'm gonna save my official response for him. You're all gonna get to see it this weekend, Saturday to be exact. But what I have to say for now is, kids, wear your earplugs.
Wow, that's a hell of a statement there from the gunslinger himself, Dirty DeChico, who you will be seeing this Friday night at VTW Mania as he goes one-on-one with the VTW champion, the franchise Jamal Payne. It is franchise versus gunslinger in the main event of VTW Mania. But before that, this Thursday night, make sure to check out On Stranger Tides live here on the UWHD channel. And this is Dirty DeChico and Jack Thomas signing out. And you have yourselves a good night, everybody.